Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We're gonna call the meeting to order at 6:01, and we'll start with the roll call.
Mary Ann Banks. Natalie Drozda.
Here.
Ian Hurley. Here. Pat King. Here. Tom Langston. Amanda Rost.
Here.
Tom Sufchuk.
Here.
Michelle Varnell.
Here.
And JJ Zanetta.
Okay, we'll get started with approving the minutes from the last meeting on September 17th. They're in the packet. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Who was the second on that? I'm sorry.
Pat.
Thank you.
The meeting minutes are approved from the last meeting. Next up is citizens' comments. I don't believe there are anyone online. Are you here to make a citizens' comment?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you're gonna get you can head up to the podium, you're gonna get 5 minutes. We'll start a timer, and if you could start by giving us your name and address for the record, that would be appreciated. I can do it on my phone if that helps you.
I don't need 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
Never done this before.
Yeah, you're good. I have it on here. I can put it up here so you can go ahead.
Okay, my name is Ross Himmler. I live over in the Sunset Hills on 921 Livingston Drive. So my comments just to put word out there for budget and focus on the tennis court specifically, but also the basketball court down at Williamsburg Park. We've been lived there since 2007. We were super excited when Mount Lebanon ripped up the whole asphalt, started from scratch, put up the new fence, put in the new tennis court, put in the new basketball court, and then never put the proper finishing coat on the top of it. All courts, whether it's basketball, but especially tennis, all over the Pittsburgh area, require a proper coating for them to be legitimate playable courts. And you guys know that because I don't know if it's completely done, but over at North Meadowcroft, the new basketball court looks amazing. And it looks amazing because of the extra finishing touches on it. I know just I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, Mount Lebanon High School, even though their courts are just 7 years old, they pressure washed them. And then I was there because I'm an avid tennis player. I'm a tennis coach down at Thomas Jefferson High School. I helped out and have worked up at the Mount Lebanon Tennis Center for a little bit with Hank before he had his stroke. And they already recoated them because it's the right thing to do. If you don't coat a tennis court, one, it doesn't seal and take care of the asphalt the way it should. So water gets inside of it, it cracks and deteriorates sooner. Two, there's about 4 to 6 millimeters of paint that cushions it to make it safer for all people to play on. Three, the lines and the colors make it actually playable. I'm a 4 or 5-ish player in the USTA. We were just out at sectionals out in New Jersey, and I play down in Glen Creek, play at Highland Park, Shenley, all over the South Hills. No one of our tennis community plays at Williamsburg Park because it's not a real tennis court. And then on top of that, before North Meadowcroft got the pickleball courts, which took away 2 tennis courts, there were 3 courts painted onto that. That essentially makes it unusable. That'd be like putting a pool in the middle of a football field and then saying, well, I don't wonder why no one plays football here anymore. It's, well, because you ruined the court. So I just want to make sure that word is out there from the tennis community to, if there's money in the budget, I think I talked to you guys on the phone that there should be to resurface them and do it properly, that we want that to happen. As a Mount Lebanon, it's a tennis community, but I have kids from my school, from Alderdice, from there asking me for lessons, and they want to, where can we go in Mount Lebanon? And I say, well, the tennis center. They say, oh, but that's clay. High school kids compete, Whitfield Finals was today between Bethel Park, we're higher than Bethel Park, a lot would say, and Shadyside Academy. All the kids need to play on hard courts. So adding Williamsburg Park to the courts available in Mount Lebanon to the general public would be a huge asset to the community. And then if that does happen, putting pickleball courts on a tennis court ruins a tennis court. There's no reason pickleball courts can't be put onto a basketball court where your primary focus is looking up. and not every single point relies on you looking down and seeing where the point lands. That's a big reason why no one uses Williamsburg Park, is because there's like 1,000 different lines and you can't actually play tennis once you put pickleball lines on a tennis court. So if that's gonna happen, please make a note that why can't we just put the pickleball lines on the basketball court, because that's an easy net to put up, and they don't like the middle net anyway because it's too high for their game. So that's all. I just wanted to put the word out there for the tennis community. I know no one doesn't come here much, but we're huge, and it's sad that we go to everywhere else. Like last weekend, the high school was busy with an event and people were walking away because if you want to play hard courts in Mount Lebanon, the only place is the high school. And even adding one court would be huge so that people are here, not going to Green Tree or Highland Park or South Park or everywhere else.
Thanks for your time. If we may bring that up in new business later in the meeting to discuss it
Sure.
further as a group. In the meantime, we move on to the next agenda item, but thank you. Okay, next up is, I think that's it for citizens' comments. There's still no one. I'm just gonna double check. There's still nobody online, so we'll move on. The next up is the chairperson's report. I don't have anything. Commission liaison report. Craig is not here this evening, so we'll move on to the staff liaison reports.
You got mine in your packet. Still waiting on the railings over at Meadowcroft Park to wrap that up. The basketball court is still temporarily fenced off. Not ideal, but we don't want to open a park that isn't safe without railings, handrails, just not the correct move. So those are scheduled to ship on the 27th. Hopefully that install date is something like the 28th is what we're trying to push here with them. Contractor still owns the site, so you'll see him in there from time to time, mowing, trimming, kind of keeping up on that. So we have a nice punch list going for them already. So that's kind of the main one in there. Forestry crew made a pretty big lap around the upper, I call it the back 40 of Main Park, clearing out some dead or dying trees that are right on that property border. We got a couple of tickets over the last couple months about, some inquiries about those trees. Is it ours? Is it yours? So we just made a nice pass through the park earlier this week for that. So anything else on here you got questions about, let me know. As always, you know how to get a hold of me.
I just want to say thank you, Phil, on behalf of the Conservancy for dropping off and providing the fencing materials and posts and stuff.
That's the easy part. You do the hard part.
Well, we got, I think, and Natalie can jump in here if I'm misstating, but I think we planted something like 50 trees and
Nice.
25 native shrubs and such, and got them caged, and Ron Block and planted another 40 or so little trees along with Elaine Kramer. On Monday at Twin Hills, they had some leftover from the 10 Million Trees organization. So as always, we couldn't do it without this excellent help.
And Eichenlob did make their pass through just earlier this week. For invasives, they were through Rob Hollow, Twin Hills, and Bird. So they kind of do a double check to make sure that everything that was removed by these volunteer groups stays dead. Any little resprouts, they're good at eyeing them. A little bit of application and they're, kept in check. So we've kind of followed up their work year by year, and I think it's working well that way. So that end of everything is done as well.
David?
Just two quick items. The swim center filtration project is underway, so pedestrian traffic is impacted a little bit at the rec center, and that could, change as the project continues. We will also eventually be shutting down the small parking lot at the ice rink, so we are gonna be down on parking, because that's a lay down area where the contractor needs to put dumpsters and materials, so. But anyway, we're happy that's underway. And also the second item, Pumpkin Patch Parade takes place October 25th at 11 a.m. in Uptown. So
Is the pool filtration system, will that cause that small parking lot to be closed like through the whole winter? What's the timeline on that? How long will that go?
I think at least through the demolition phase, like they're demoing a big portion of the deck and putting in a surge tank, like below grade. And I think the rest of their, like, once they get that poured and complete, I think most of the materials could be stored on the pool deck, like, you know, filtration equipment, things like that. So I really think it's more for the demo. So hopefully, during the bitter cold of winter, the coldest part of winter, I don't know if we're gonna get bitter cold, but they should be done with the excavation and demolition. So at that point, I'm hoping that we get our parking lot back.
Okay, I'm just thinking hockey season, not
I
that it's
know.
not always hockey season, but.
We've done this
Season maybe.
a few times in my career here. One of them, we didn't have hockey though, so that one was easier. But we've done it for other projects. So we know it can be done, nobody likes it. But people are just gonna have to adjust and, you know, we'll get it done as soon as we can. Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll move on to the subcommittee report. So the Arboretum Subcommittee. Do you guys have anything?
Hey guys. I do have something to say about the Arboretum. We had an event last Saturday, just a table at the Uptown Market. It went really well with 2 master gardeners joined me to answer questions people had about native trees. And the presence there, a couple of people coming through made me realize that it might be beneficial to have a more of a regular presence at the Uptown Market for people to pose questions about street trees or various things. Really anything. And it's just a thought that I have, but it could be something to consider. So, but yeah, we had an event. It went well, and I think we're good for this year for the Arboretum.
Great. About how many people do you think came by and asked questions? Give or take.
Probably no more than 20. It wasn't a lot, but you know, about 20 people or so. The master gardeners were keeping a checklist of what sort of questions people asked and how many came through. So.
Okay, great. Well, maybe that's something if we want to take that on when the farmers market comes back around in the spring. We could work with Nature Conservancy and see if they want to help, you know, staff that.
Okay. Yeah, I also wanted to see if anybody else on this board is interested in volunteering for the subcommittee on the Arboretum, because I am a committee of 1 right now. So if any of you guys think that sounds interesting, I welcome more committee members. So.
I thought you were on that, Tom.
No, I'm not, I'm
I saw
running.
you, where did I saw you, planting some trees or putting, you were,
Oh, yeah, that was Conservancy, we were planting trees,
that wasn't this.
No.
but that wasn't the Arboretum Committee.
Okay.
Yeah, the Arboretum thing is Mount Lebanon, the whole municipality is through ArbNet registered as a level 1 Arboretum. So that's it should be municipal and not the Parks and Rec Board, or excuse me, not the Nature Conservancy, but
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, great. Thanks, Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anything on the trail connectivity and mapping subcommittee?
Maybe, when we were working on planting trees in Bird Park, a gentleman approached me, and he lives over I don't know, if on Thornwood Avenue, but he was talking about I guess there's a trail that runs from the Shop and Save to Thornwood and maybe connects with the golf course. I'm a little fuzzy And he wondered if the municipality had any interest and ability to help maintain that or deal with invasives. I don't know much about it. I suggested he may want to come to this committee or this board and address any concerns. This sounds like something that probably could be linked in long-term with the efforts of the, is it Lebo Connect group and the other, I know the commission has been interested in increasing the ability of pedestrian connectivity. So I thought I'd pass that along. I know nothing really of the area other than what I looked at Google Maps. There's a trail on Google, I mean, you can see it just looking at Google Map. I'm not sure if it's on the municipal property from the golf course or if it's in that area that had been wooded and it got torn down like 20 years ago when they were gonna put in a fitness center or something.
Yeah,
like
it
that.
goes through that developer's property. That's really how it connects. It doesn't connect to the golf course. We have a fence along, that's number 4 fairway.
Okay.
So it would not connect to the golf course, and we don't want pedestrians on the golf course anyway.
Yeah,
So it's really a connection to private property, so I don't know how much interest the municipality would have in that.
We did restore that whole stream bank a couple years back, so that, in terms of invasives, to answer your question, that is on my list.
yeah.
So that is somewhere that I go now. Last year, and probably will be there maybe the end of this week or early next.
You mean down at the end of Thornton?
End of Thornwood,
Yeah.
just down through that stream passage.
Yeah, I did Google Street View. I thought it must have been taken in the spring. It's a really nice picture. It's really nice down there.
Yeah, he restored it, very nice. There's a lot of plantings went in there.
Anyhow,
So do we maintain it because that's municipal property in that area?
I don't know if
Or is it
maintain's the best word to
Yeah.
put at it. I'm aware of the restoration efforts and would like to keep it, that work done. So that's my business down there, so to speak.
It would be a great just connection to get from Castle Shannon Boulevard
Yeah.
to, what is it, Thornwood?
yeah,
I mean, I've used it myself. It's nice to just get off the traffic of Castle Shannon and get back to Sunset Hills. You're going to Howell School or wherever, but you're technically on private property there.
That's the vacant land next to the gas station or the Karcher
Yeah,
Automotive.
exactly. Yeah, so like Mount Lebanon Boulevard, if you came down it to Castle Shannon, you're looking at it at the light there.
Is that multiple parcels owned by the same person?
I think I don't know how many parcels, but it's one developer and he's had it for a long time. It was gonna be an LA Fitness a long time ago,
yeah.
but that didn't happen.
Anyhow,
But it sounds like his one concern was the invasives, and that is on your list.
Yeah.
So at least that we're addressing that, but there's not much you can do about, if it's not Mount Lebanon land, if it's a private developer's land, you can't really put a
Yeah,
trail on it.
we have dumped wood chips there before, and either the string of neighbors at the end all get together, but
yeah, he was saying that the neighbors, pitch in and
that seems
go
to be
after
the
the
vibe.
pivot and such, but anyhow, I just pass that along for what it's worth. That's all I've got from the
Trail
activity
connectivity.
committee.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, old business, for the first one, Youth Sports Organization Oversight Umbrella Organization, I don't have an update on that. I've sent a couple emails and have not heard back. Proposal to rename Middlefield.
I need to follow up with the Flaherty's, determine where they are. I know they did submit the letter and they did submit their interest. I just needed to determine where they are to provide the list of requirements. So it's been some time, so I need to follow with them to see. I'm sure they're still interested where that status is.
Next up, the concept to combine the new recreation center with the new stadium. Pat, do you have anything?
Yeah, I sent you a note, David. You may not have even seen it, but there was the 3 consultant options that they proposed. I think you said that they went with the B option for the rec center for the CIP. So where would I see those 3? Where would I see that proposal? And either you can send it to me or you can take it offline, but I'm looking for those 3 options. I'd like to see the proposal, and I also see that the CIP, I think you said they took the B option. I think is what you said last month. It's all just short of $20 million.
Correct.
Slated for 27. So my question really is a process question. Does the CIP, these items get automatically entered into the budget, or they have to get voted and approved on, or I guess it's a process question. If these made it from the 2026 to the 2030 CIP, it's from August, do these automatically go in, or are they 90% without final approval needed, or how does that work?
The CIP is a planning document, and so as part of the budget process, the commission would choose what projects they want to move forward. The step before that is there's the manager's recommended budget. He will propose projects that fit into the balanced budget. And then it's really up to the commission to say, well, we do or don't want to do those, or, we want to pull this one out and move this one up. I mean, that's going to be strictly a commission decision. So this is nothing but a planning
Just a
document.
list of ideas, basically.
I mean,
Right.
essentially, in an organized,
Yeah.
fashion, but it's up to the commission what they choose to fund.
There's some level of planning for it, certainly if it made the list. And the manager budget comes out late in the year for the following year, so we're talking 27 or never or later. I'm just curious as to how that works. Okay, so thanks for going over that.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd like to see the consultant's proposal, the A, B, C, or the 1, 2, 3. You said they took the B, so.
And we need that final report to be put up on the website, and I am trying to get that to happen. I'm not sure what the delay is, but that doesn't rest with me. I'm trying to move it along and get it posted.
What, you're talking about the final report for the Parks and Rec?
For the main park
consultants.
master plan, that's where those proposals are. That's where those ABC options are.
So we're waiting for that still to be.
We're waiting for it to get posted to the website. It's done. It's
Can you
done.
send us
Yeah,
when it does
that's-
get posted, will you just give us a shout out as a committee and
Yes.
let us know that it's there?
Yes, I will.
If it's already done, are you not allowed to send it, or am I not allowed to see, is it a public document?
Well, I don't know that I have the final. I was not the lead on that
Okay.
project. So I am waiting for that to get published, and I'm doing what I can to move that along. So I will follow up again.
So it's not public yet?
Not
perhaps.
yet, but I
Okay.
think it should be any day.
Thank you.
Sure.
The other update I would say is that the school district has not been seemingly available or interested in moving any dialogue along. However, they do have in their strategic plan, I think it's the 5-year strategic plan, a line item for potential collaboration and partnership with the municipality for projects maybe such as this. I was pleased to see that. So that's encouraging. Then the last thing I would say is I really appreciate all you guys being here. Craig isn't here again, which is disappointing. So I wish he would have come more and participated in this board as he was assigned. And I want to get on record with that. Did he come one time this year? I'm disappointed in that. I know he's not running again, and maybe that had something to do with it, but I just want to make that comment.
I would certainly second that. It's been frustrating and disappointing that the commissioner isn't available to hear the board that's here to serve and advise the commission.
Okay, thank you for that. The dog park research? You have anything?
No, I mean, I think we had initially trying to identify spaces, and that was a challenge as far as what the spaces were. And I think there was a request for information on whether there was defined or undefined municipality code permitting a dog park or permitting that type of, if it would be a fenced-in area or with the number of dogs and potential liability and whatever else. I mean, I think there was an inquiry made about whether the municipality has or would support a dog park.
Who inquired and with whom?
I'd have to go back and ask. I think it was on our list of questions that were gonna be posed.
I remember, we discussed getting any previous reports, and I think I reported back to Mary Ann, I think there's a folder in our
I feel like you
drive.
shared the
There-
reports
there
that
is
we
a
But
had.
I don't think anything is in my.
There were
report.
recommendations made and there were some ideas shared about the value of a dog park and where it could be potentially located. And you start looking at geographics within certain small parks, is there a size I mean, I think that's what, when we talk
Yeah.
about it, is there size requirements? Are there, geographic areas that need to be fenced? Is it open? Is it secure?
Yeah. I don't know that we have any codes related to that, but I'm sure there's best practices for size.
don't
And I guess
Until you have
ultimately it
one.
came down to, are we chasing our own tail in this process? Is this something that's literally,
Dog and tail.
funny, but is this literally something that is an idea that is unrealistic? Or is there realism to the fact that if we go through this and were to present options that it would be adopted or at least considered?
I don't know. And I know Phil brought up, there was special turf.
Right, we had talked about the turfs
Synthetic
and.
turf for that.
Yeah, you'll hear different stories of does it work, does it not?
Mhm.
So,
I think that would affect the footprint, because natural grass is gonna get destroyed, particularly if it's a small space. But I'm not aware of any codes that Mount Lebanon has related to that. I mean, other than just, the zoning and that kind of thing, but.
And maybe that's what was interpreted as code, is are there zoning limitations or zoning requirements that would allow or prohibit?
Yeah, I mean, I would guess it would have to be zoned as, recreational space. That's not my,
Yeah, I don't know if
Forte,
they'd have
yeah.
that much in the code if there's no current
Right.
dog parks. Like, you need
Right.
one to have the
yeah,
code. And there are no other ones in the municipality, correct? So they wouldn't have legislated anything about it.
not.
And there are certain parks that you can have dogs in now.
Right.
So
So there would be
what's-
maybe some
and you
rules
can't
along-
dictate how many dogs are there at
Right,
Bird Park,
right.
so, but I don't know the ins and
I
outs of it.
think, and I could be wrong, but the Green Tree has a dog park area, and I'm sure other suburban municipalities, I don't know, if they were
Carnegie and
looking at
Sophia
their
is a
codes
really nice one.
and see what
Settlers
they.
is big. Carnegie's small, but rocks instead of grass mostly.
Maybe we're looking at some of the other municipalities'
Yeah.
codes.
It's like
Cheesecake Factory
super like
is-
long
really
and
long and
narrow,
skinny.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
what.
Dormont
Yeah.
even has one tucked in Dormont Park. I think they
It's like on a
converted like a tennis court. I remember stumbling on it and
I go to the one in South Fayette and it's awesome because it's like in the woods and they've got walking trails. We clearly don't have the space in Mount Lebanon for something like that, but they do a great job with theirs, but they just have so much more space available.
Yeah.
It's just not, something of that size isn't really realistic, I think, for our community.
Do a Chihuahua park, maybe.
There you go. 10-pound dogs.
Have you been to one in Carnegie?
Yeah, I've
It's a
been to that
pretty
We'll move on
decent
then to the next item of old business, the Birdtown, Pennsylvania. I believe that was approved, the check was written, and we're just waiting on the application to be filled out. Is that any
it was
further?
approved, no check yet because the application hasn't been
Complete,
sent in
but they're-
yet. I'm working with Serrata on the resolution that the commission will have on their agenda for October 28th.
Okay.
And they give you like a template, so we're just tweaking it, and I'll submit that probably tomorrow. And it should be on the commission's agenda on the 28th. And Serrata is separately working with the Conservancy on whatever else needs to happen for the
As
application. Yeah.
Right, but everything's approved, ready to go, so
Everything
when
is moving
when
forward.
all the parts are in place, the application will be submitted.
No problem. It's
Okay,
in the works.
all right, and the last item of old business is the Nature Conservancy storage shed.
I got a couple emails with some sketches, staging area, possible different things, so I'm working through that and I'll report back with that group. Just need to have some more internal discussion. We have a lot that goes on down at that Public Works building. it's not just public works related. If you've been down there for the fire training open house, firing range, staging area for contractors that do work in town. There's a lot that goes down there. I think tomorrow we have to offload 189 trees and put them somewhere until they're all planted. So it can get busy down there, recycling events, everything like that. It's not an excuse, just saying it may not be where we want to land this thing. So I'll
There's a lot of
continue.
other places that could.
Yeah, I'll continue to work with them because it's obviously not logical to place it somewhere that doesn't help you, right? That's not right. So I'll keep working with you guys.
I know Elaine had some time, you and Elaine are working together.
Yeah, she sent me a couple locations, so I'll keep circling that back and I'll bring something for next month. So
Okay.
sounds like the shed, I think the Conservancy is funding, so that's
Yeah,
great.
we'll take care of the shed.
If you can find a spot.
Right, okay.
Sounds like a good deal. All right, well, then new business, I guess with the public comment, we could have an item there, and I just wanted to ask more about it. If was it originally surfaced and it needs resurfaced, or it never got the surface?
Was never surfaced, was milled. Any soft patches got pounded in with big aggregate, brought back up to a standard to put a nice coating back on. And by coating, I mean 2 inches asphalt.
Okay,
So the project was to redo what was there.
which was just asphalt.
Correct. It
And
was never
it's 2
coated.
tennis courts and a basketball court, or is it 1 tennis court,
It's
1
one
basketball?
tennis court and one
It's been a minute
full-length
since I've been over
basketball.
there.
Yep.
Okay. And then the tennis court has lines, are they like taped lines or painted lines
They
for
were
pickleball?
painted once during construction. We've done the basketball one other time, but haven't returned to do the tennis yet. So those we do in-house after we get done doing every crossing zone, every school, as soon as that stuff's done, we try to get in the parks. Last year we did Iroquois, Rockwood, got repainted. So we are aware of them. They don't get done every year. They obviously get faded. The one in Iroquois gets a nice slimy layer from being down in that stream area down there, so we have to wash it off before it's repainted. So we do tend to that. We just have not got back to Williamsburg yet.
So it's on a list, it'll cycle through whenever.
But just to get the
it's-
lines
The lines,
painted, not the
but
coating.
yes, in the operating budget, there is a service level for a commission to decide upon to put the court coating identical to
What he was
Meadowcroft.
talking- What he was talking about, okay.
Correct. On
It's
the-
like an acrylic
Yeah.
sports coating.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
and so
that
that's
was-
in the
That's
budget,
in the budget
and
for
they have to
tennis and
decide whether
basketball.
they approve it or not approve it.
Yes, and that number came from pulling the guy who was in the middle of doing the coding and saying, follow me over to Williamsburg, I want to get this in the budget. So the guy who's done the work has given me up-to-date pricing, and the results, I think, pretty darn good. It looks nice.
Okay, so my advice would be for people interested in getting that coding and getting that in the budget, is to track the municipality's budget meetings, because there are public meetings with public commentary that you can go to and specifically say that you're here to do that and that it is important to you. So that's, is that fair to say?
Oh, yeah, sure. And just to, clarify what Mr. Himmler was talking about with the lines, originally when the tennis court was painted, there were just white stripes for tennis. Before we ever had Meadowcroft Park, there was the constant request for pickleball. So the cheapest thing you could do would be to put down contrasting pickleball lines on a tennis court or a basketball court. So what we did at Williamsburg, if this is the tennis court and the net is in the center, we put one pickleball court with the lines are light blue, which is the typical contrasting color you would use when you put pickleball on a tennis court. And it would share the tennis net, which, as Mr. Himmler pointed out, it's like an inch higher than a pickleball net. And then perpendicular, we put 2 pickleball courts striped on either side for portable nets. And we started with donated nets. We got another set of donated nets. They're not the highest quality and they get trashed. So I don't know the current state, there may be no pickleball nets up there right now, so.
I'm curious about the pickleball traffic there now that we have Meadowcroft in place.
When we had, when we still had portable nets, you would still get people there.
Every morning.
I'm sorry?
Every morning.
Oh, yeah. Like, I just had a woman call me between our last meeting and this one. And she was inquiring about the new courts at the tennis center.
Yeah.
And you know, it's customary in a lot of places for pickleball to be free. It's in public parks, people come and it's free. So she was concerned about what prices would be charged at the tennis center. And then we got to talking about Williamsburg, and she was, you know, disappointed that the nets went away, and we talked about why. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is, she felt that Meadowcroft was way too competitive. Like, she plays in a senior group. And so she was advocating for pickleball to stay at Williamsburg. So I'm just trying to, you know, there's a balance here somewhere, and I don't know what it is. but-
Just to understand, so it's a matter of the lines on the court or the surface itself, or both?
It's both.
I think, yeah.
Because I'm hearing there's cracks in the,
Well, the
So-
surface is one thing, so
is there,
it's not playable as a tennis court and as on a surface, that's
is
one
there,
issue.
is there a budget, or not a budget, is there a quote? Did I hear you say there's people quoting this work
Correct.
for Williamsburg? Resurfacing it, recoding it, and repainting lines? So it's being looked at.
Does
We
it
don't
need
know
milled
when.
again yet, or is it just the
No,
coating?
no,
that
he,
it wants?
he was comfortable with, you know, some of those lays of asphalt, obviously, it's not just one giant UFO that comes in and puts a thing, you know, it's a couple pours each one.
Right.
He was confident with, the surface separation between those lays, to be filled. He said he's done much worse.
So it's in the works.
Yes.
Is it in-
Quote-wise,
Not in the
quote-wise.
works, but it's being looked at
It's been looked at, it's been quoted, it's in the operating budget for consideration.
for 26?
Is it an expansion level or
It's an
base
expanded,
level?
it's
Okay.
in as an expanded level.
So the commission that'll be like one of their, you know, decision points. It's not in the
Above
base
line,
budget.
below the line.
Exactly.
Right.
This will be an expansion of above and
The
beyond.
call out, or, yeah, I got you.
Exactly.
Okay,
And it goes in with the rest of everything that this group has put in as well, so.
all right.
And is part of the coding the lines, or you do the lines?
Yes,
'Cause you were saying they do the lines
They will do
too.
the lines to
And are they
finish.
doing the basketball court and the tennis court?
Yes, the
And
quote.
so
is
the
for
question is it make sense, my question was the basketball courts, can you fit 2 pickleball? How many pickleball courts do you fit on the basketball court?
I mean, I'd have to look at the dimensions and, you know, but I think you could probably fit 2, maybe 3. Just have to take a look at how they
Does
lay
it
out.
make sense to, if we're gonna use portable nets and people prefer portable nets, to put it on to do the lines on the basketball court?
I mean, to
That's
me,
two separate
it
tennis
matters
options.
not, you know, like it doesn't matter one or the other. I think, I don't monitor who plays on what more, you know, basketball versus tennis, I don't know. And then would they play more if there was no pickleball there? I mean, they'd certainly have more opportunity to play. So it's, you know, it's a puzzle that you have to kind of, and a balance, you know.
But if it were to be approved, you could decide that whether you were gonna put pickleball lines on it and where they would be.
Yeah.
If it gets approved.
Yeah.
Cause that's,
Yeah,
I
but-
assume the lines are part of the budget.
Yes.
Okay.
The portable nets are the tricky thing, though. If people are gonna, you know, abuse them, they're, you know, they're gonna be a waste of money.
Yeah, I have a good brand of portable net that I stole from, I didn't steal the net. I stole the brand name from, I took a picture of a net when I was on vacation.
Yeah.
Of a really nice portable net that was on wheels. That was really nice and sturdy and not, because I'd seen a whole variety of, and my own kids had trashed one that we had gotten. Like,
Yeah.
and so I have a good, I know of, there's some really nice ones out there that should hold up a little bit better, depending on, I don't know what's been there.
Oh, they're the cheapest
Yeah,
things you could
so,
buy.
and these are like not terribly expensive.
Yeah,
But they are sturdier, and then the fact that they're on wheels, you could wheel them on and off a
Right.
basketball court or a tennis court,
right.
however you
And you
need to.
could put them on a tether and lock them to the fence, and then you wheel them out and wheel them back.
Yeah,
So something to consider. They certainly wouldn't be vandal-proof, but that'd stand a lot better chance.
Sure.
Are all the courts on Cedar clay?
They are, except for the 6 pickleball courts we're putting in right
So
now.
for tennis only, hard courts in Mount Lebanon, other than the high school? I mean, does Jefferson have hard courts?
Foster has them.
Foster does, they're decent.
Markham.
Markham has them.
Oh, does Markham have tennis?
They're in the back, yeah.
Yeah, it's right next to their playground.
Is there any others?
Markham and Foster, but they have like several, like Foster has like 4 courts, like the facility at Foster is the same size as the facility at the high school.
Or they used to
It's
use it
huge.
during the construction project, right? That's where the high school played their games, when when the high school was
yeah,
under construction.
Foster
One of
and
them by the
Markham
woods
both
is
have-
kind of nasty, but they're nice courts, nicer courts, but I'm not aware of any others other than Markham
No, because Howe has a basketball court, Hoover has a basketball court,
and,
Jefferson
Williamsburg.
doesn't have any tennis.
I wasn't aware that
Washington
Markham
Mellon
had
would have
courts,
tennis.
I don't know how many
that's
people know.
news to me.
they're concrete, are they? No, they're hard.
I mean, like, I don't know that
They're
they're
hard
like,
court.
Google
Markham,
Maps
they're not
says they have 2.
they're not like up to, yeah,
No.
they're I mean, whatever
But
the
those are
surface is,
good
they're not, they
balls.
certainly don't have whatever
Markham
protective
has 2
surface.
courts according to Google
Foster is 3 or 4.
Yeah, I
Maps.
think it's 3 or 4, it's a lot, because I remember going by there.
Yeah, Foster I thought had 3 or 4, but I could look real quick.
But they're not in good shape, they're not.
And those are outside of our jurisdiction, because they're.
They are.
because
The
they're
the
district
school district will let them
property.
be used during school.
Pardon me?
The school district will let them be used
Yeah.
during school.
Yeah.
Foster has 4, and what do you know, they have a pickleball court striped behind the baseline.
So for publicly available.
I didn't know that
For
either.
gym class, it's popular, the gym
There you
classes
go.
are all.
So all the tennis courts are strictly at schools,
Uh,
hard courts,
and Williamsburg, 1 court.
and that's a municipal owned court.
Yeah, that's a
So
municipal
that's
park.
the only one that,
It is now that Meadowcroft is pickleball, yep.
I thought the courts at the top of the tennis center, like up higher in the back, those are
Clay.
all still clay. I didn't
Play, we have
realize
the
they-
basketball courts that are asphalt, well, they're actually concrete. But, yeah.
Yeah, I always thought the ones at the top were not.
Nope.
Interesting, okay. Okay, so hopefully that helps, that helps your cause there. So it's in the budget, but if you've ever been a part of the budget process, there's a line of how much they can spend, and they decide what line items go above or below that line. And you gotta
Where can
fight
you
for
see
your life.
where those, or where or when those meetings are?
I mean, it's not in the budget, it's under consideration.
Right.
The meetings are.
When are the
Should be
budget
on the
meetings?
website.
I can tell you the tentative dates, these haven't been finalized yet, and they were just shared with us today as the tentative. One moment. Get my calendar going here. Thought I put them on my calendar, where are these things, do you remember, Phil? It's November. It's not that week.
Email from Andrew that gives the dates.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
11th?
It's the week of the 10th tentatively.
November.
Yeah, so as soon as the manager's recommended budget comes out, those dates will be fine. This will be on the website.
It's on the municipal website.
The dates will be published there as well. And I believe it'll also talk about the schedule. Like right now, the rec department is scheduled for Monday, the 10th. So, but Public Works is not, so it could be, that's gonna be the Public Works night. What night are you guys? Are you guys the 11th maybe? I didn't put them all on here.
I would assume the 11th, they never put us together.
Yeah,
It's the two biggest ones.
So you wanna
Yeah.
follow when the public works is before the budget.
Thank you.
That's where the line item lies with public works.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna tell you when the tentative date for Public Works is right now. It is, the 6th, so, the dates actually span a 2-week period. Monday's the 10th when I do the rec budget. Public Works is tentatively scheduled for the 6th of November, that's a Thursday.
Thank you. Another new item of business in your packet, there's an email that David received from a community member.
Yep.
Is this from like a student?
I would say yes.
What?
This is a student, gotta be a student, right?
He's,
That's
if I'm 95% sure who it is, he's an 8th grader.
Not skateboarding.
Not anymore.
So in the letter here, he talks about asking for a designated space in Mount Lebanon Parks for skateboarding. He's got signatures and some money to work on a project, and he was looking at repurposing one of the underutilized tennis courts out of the 16 currently available. So that is their idea. And there's an argument there to be had.
Hold on, 16 though, I'm not sure what
Well,
the
here's
math
the,
is.
this is the problem with Mount Lebanon. Nobody understands the difference between a school tennis court and a municipality tennis court.
He may be,
So he may
combining
be
those two.
combining the two. So when you look at the municipality-owned tennis courts, as we've just discussed, unless you were gonna take a clay surface and turn it into a hard surface, there aren't any hard surfaces, number one. And number two, I don't know that we can say that the tennis courts are underutilized in Mount Lebanon at the
We
rec
can't.
center. I'm not sure.
Because he doesn't see people at them.
Yeah,
So, but if
he's
we
not wrong
lose-
about Foster and Markham, he's not wrong about the school
Right.
district, courts.
If
It's
we,
not even a big enough
we've
space
lost
for a
2 courts
skateboard.
at the tennis center, so we're down to 13. There's 5 at the high school? 6, okay, then that'd be 19, so I'm not following the
Yeah, I
math
don't know what
exactly,
his math
but
is either.
let's just say there's something like,
Right.
whatever, we just said 6, 10, 11, 12, there's 25 with our 13. Oh, and then Williamsburg would be 26. Anyway,
So I'm
he
happy
wants
to,
a skate park.
yes, agreed. I'm happy to reply to him and explain a little bit about what courts there are and the surfaces that are on them. And
Okay,
if he wants to pursue this on a hard court surface, the school district would be who to approach because they're the one who has the hard court surfaces that are underutilized.
And looking at other skate parks, I don't even think a tennis court is big enough for a skate park area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he would need to
Like, if you look
determine
at the
how
skate
much he
park
wanted.
at Carnegie, like, I mean, it covers,
Yeah,
it's much bigger.
yeah.
So
Although
I
I was-
think
I was-
he would probably need like a bigger space. I don't even
Yeah.
think like a court would encompass.
I was just out in Colorado, and there's this little town called Salida, and they had 2 skate parks on opposite sides of the street, and they were both very small. So I think maybe ask him what he would envision or what people want to determine. Maybe it could fit in a tennis court,
Right.
or something even smaller.
Right.
Because there's things that are poured concrete, and then they
Right.
build boxes.
Yeah.
The box option, like wood, things that you do tricks on would obviously be a heck of a lot cheaper than pouring concrete.
Right. The
So-
only space I can think of in Mount Lebanon that this might be usable is Brafferton. If that next phase of that project ever happens with those basketball courts, something there could maybe be made into that, but that's not super convenient for, I mean, it's not super convenient, it's not like it's centrally located, let's say that. So otherwise, I don't really know of maybe some of the other small neighborhood parks, but you'd mostly be taking away from basketball courts, not tennis courts, I think.
yeah.
But the school district, I mean, Markham might be, I don't know if they use those tennis courts for school tennis, for gym class or whatever, but.
I think you want, if you have a skate park, it should be in a very visible area where it can be, observed
Right,
by citizens.
Add to the
Not
Yeah,
that,
not
not that
Markham.
skateboarders are bad, but like it could just be a target for vandalism or non-skating activity, so that's sort of been the general rule, located in a visible
I'm
spot.
concerned about the liability too.
That too.
And like you said, Phil, I mean, people are gonna get hurt over there.
But I did ask the young man, I shared the schedule of the Parks and Rec Board and suggested that he might want to come and
okay.
pitch his idea here. But I have not heard back since this letter.
I think it'd be a great opportunity for him to come and do that and stand in front of a group, and
Yeah.
it'd be a great mentoring opportunity for him to come go through the process of it. I would encourage it. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I will invite him to the next meeting and also give him some insight into things to think about.
That'd be great.
Do a Shark Tank spin on it.
And also try to connect him with somebody from the school district who could also take under consideration what he would like to do, because I think they have some feasible places as well, maybe.
Maybe share it with Brenna.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he's gathered 300 signatures, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him credit for
sure,
writing,
for trying,
writing
yeah.
me and getting the ball rolling.
I don't know how many kids would do that.
I mean, it's physical activities, yeah.
I think, does anybody else have any other new items of business? Nope. All right, the next meeting is Wednesday, November 19th at 6 PM. And it's available in person or on Zoom. So with that, we will go ahead and adjourn at 6:52. Are you around then? It's my
6
birthday.
o'clock.
It's my birthday, I
Is
don't
your
know that I
birthday 19th?
necessarily wanna be here
Your birthday?
on November 19th.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday early.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this meeting